I'm sure by now you've been made aware of Representative Lamonica McIver, and in case you haven't, here's who she is. Yes, that's a video of Lamonica McIver assaulting ICE agents outside of an ICE detention center. She did this alongside one of her fellow Democrat politicians, Mayor Baraka from New Jersey, who wound up being arrested later that day. But it turns out Representative Lamonica McIver's actions were infinitely worse than Mayor Baraka's, as all these video sources are now emerging, showcasing her deplorable behavior, where she reportedly shoved, pushed, and body slammed ICE agents, only to later on then be cornered by them and use her higher up position as a means to threaten their livelihoods, saying that they would pay for their actions and that because of her position, she could not be treated like this. And it's absolutely gross behavior that you can witness. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Democrats, what we have witnessed over the last several decades is their innate ability to dodge accountability, all while maintaining the very atrocious behavior that they should reasonably be accounted for and face consequences for. But under this new Trump Department of Justice, things really seem to be heating up. And mind you, I've been the kind of person who has been very opinionated on this Trump Department of Justice so far. It's been a weak showing in my opinion, but things do really, truly seem to be heating up now. They seem to be more fearlessly prosecuting and holding liberals accountable that need it, in the form of now Judge Juan Cano, Judge Hannah Dugan, Mayor Baraka from New Jersey, and now, most recently, Representative Lamonica McIver, because it was announced that U.S. Attorney Alina Habba is officially charging Lamonica McIver with assaulting, impeding, and interfering with law enforcement. Lamonica McIver is in a lot of trouble, but it gets even worse because news broke just hours ago that the Republican Party now seems to be rallying against Lamonica McIver, and they're uniting on this front, prepared to serve even more consequences to her that could very likely ruin everything she's worked for. I'm going to cover what that is right here on American Advocates. You would think, with all these video sources emerging on the internet just showing how awful of a person she was outside that ICE detention center, that Lamonica McIver would be releasing public statements and doing interviews profusely apologizing for her completely unprofessional and criminally illegal behavior that she had the nerve to engage in while acting as a United States representative of the American people. But in true Democrat accountability-avoiding fashion, Lamonica McIver has released a statement that reads, "Earlier this month, I joined my colleagues to inspect the treatment of ICE detainees at Delaney Hall in my district. We were fulfilling our lawful oversight responsibilities as members of Congress have done many times before, and our visit should have been peaceful and short. Instead, ICE agents created an unnecessary and unsafe confrontation when they chose to arrest Mayor Baraka. The charges against me are purely political. They mischaracterize and distort my actions and are meant to criminalize and deter legislative oversight. I look forward to the truth being laid out clearly in court." So yes, taking a page out of Democrat 101 playbook, Lamonica McIver is doubling down on her actions and of course blaming everyone else but herself. She later goes on to make a statement on the news in an interview saying this.
And the entire situation was escalated by ICE. They caused the confrontation. Homeland came and, caused this chaos that we see. It was a very tense situation, but it could have been, easily it could have easily not happened. They had every opportunity to not allow this to happen.
And you gotta hand it to the Democrat Party. Unlike the Republican Party, which always seems to crumble when one of their own are under the spotlight, the Democrats always wind up handling it so much better. They wind up rallying together when one of their own are under attack, and they wind up pushing back against the narrative. This is Hakeem Jeffries calling for the dismissal of any and all charges against Lamonica McIver, claiming she was just doing her job and that she is an excellent politician.
It's got word that Lamonica McIver, a hard-working member of Congress, has been criminally charged by this corrupt Trump administration. What the F is wrong with you? Congresswoman McIver didn't commit any crime. It's clear to me that she was there doing her best to try to protect Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, who's an 80-year-old cancer survivor. Lamonica and two other members of Congress were there conducting a constitutionally protected oversight visit. The charge against Lamonica McIver needs to be dropped. It needs to be dropped immediately, and we're going to make sure that every single person responsible for this corrupt abuse of power and egregious overreach is held accountable.
When it comes to the Democrat Party, they were the biggest narrative pushers when President Donald Trump was under scrutiny that no one is above the law. And while that might be an inconvenient truth for them now, it still entirely applies. They just don't like that it does because now their own politicians are under attack, and rightfully so. Also, this is the breaking news that happened just about an hour ago. The Republicans have come together and created a resolution to expel McIver from the House of Representatives. Resolution providing for the expulsion of Representative Lamonica McIver from the United States House of Representatives. On May 9, 2025, Representative Lamonica McIver arrived at Delaney Hall Federal Immigration Facility in Essex County, New Jersey, a federal immigration detention center facility operated by United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Lamonica McIver entered a secure zone of Delaney Hall without authorization. Lamonica McIver attempted to prevent federal law enforcement officers from making a lawful arrest of another individual, that of course being Mayor Baraka, who entered a secure area of Delaney Hall Federal Immigration Facility without authorization. Lamonica McIver slammed her forearm into the body of a uniformed Homeland Security Investigation special agent and attempted to restrain the agent by forcibly grabbing the agent. Lamonica McIver pushed a United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement deportation officer and used each of her forearms to forcibly strike the officer. Clause 1 of Rule 23 of the Rules of the United States House of Representatives requires members to behave at all times in a manner that shall reflect credibility on the House. A member forcibly assaulting, resisting, opposing, impeding, intimidating, and interfering with federal law enforcement in violation of federal law does not reflect credibility on the House. As a member of the United States House of Representatives, Representative Lamonica McIver must be held accountable to the highest standards of conduct in order to safeguard the public's faith in this institution. And it finishes by saying, resolved, that pursuant to Article 1, Section 5, Clause 2 of the Constitution of the United States, Representative Lamonica McIver be, and she hereby is, expelled from the United States House of Representatives. You see, this is something that liberal politicians are not used to. Accountability and consequences. And Lamonica McIver is now next in line to receive both of those. Her actions this day, very well likely, have not only cost her her position and her job, but could wind up landing her in federal prison. What she is being charged with comes with a sentence oftentimes of 8 years. And it is my thorough hope that the Trump Department of Justice does not ease up or go easy on her. To wrap all of this up, this is President Donald Trump being questioned on Representative Lamonica McIver. This is what he had to say.
Weaponizing with the arrest of a congresswoman, Democratic congresswoman.
Oh, give me a break. Did you see her? She was out of control.
Did you address
those days are over. The days of woke. No, I didn't. The days of woke are over. That woman, I have no idea who she is. That woman was out of control. She was shoving federal agents. She was out of control. The days of that crap are over in this country. We're going to have law and order.